Welcome to another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. And I know it's been a while, but Anthony and I have been very busy. We have the first Cooking on the Block cookbook, and it's just a culmination of family recipes, my friends' recipes, and when I worked at Columbus Hospital in Newark, what I learned about Italian food and Italian culture, and then my years owning my catering business, Kitchen Caravan in Bloomfield, and then on to Tom the Greengrocer, where I am presently the resident chef, and I've been there for 23 years. So I'm sure you're going to love the recipes in here, and you'll be able to purchase it. We'll give you all the information at the end of the video and through my website. So let's get cooking. Today, I want to show you a Manicotti recipe, and I'm not going to use the dry tubular shells. I want to show you how to make a homemade crepe, or in Italian they're called crespelle. So when we come back, I'll show you how easy and delicious it's going to be. Okay, I have my fresh eggs, and right now I'm using 3. Okay, and I'll give you the complete recipe on the website. So we're going to whisk these, get them nice and light. Okay, now the thing with the crepe batter, I have made some already because it has to sit for a good hour or so that the flour and the proteins in the flour, it gets nice and a little bit thicker, okay? So we have that set aside, and I'll show you just how to mix it. It's really easy. I have a cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and now you're going to whisk, and you're going to get all the lumps out, or try to, okay? But this is a good way to do it. Don't add the milk yet until you make the flour and the eggs a smooth paste, or as smooth as you can get it for now, okay? So there we go. And then that's just the flour and the eggs together, okay? Then we're going to add a 1.5 cups of whole milk, okay? And let me just set that aside in the sink. Okay, and then now here comes your mussels, okay? And you just keep whisking and whisking till you get a smooth batter. And it's going to be a little tedious in the beginning, but it will come together. Refrain from using like a hand mixer, because you don't want to add volume to it, really. You just want to see how nice it's coming. If you do the flour and the eggs, like I said, and get that paste, this will come together real easy for you. Okay. Now, we're also going to add, of course, we need some salt and pepper, and I like adding a pinch of nutmeg. Okay, I'm just going to add a pinch of pepper and some salt. Okay, now, when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make our crepes right in our crepe pan on top of the stove. It takes seconds, believe me. Okay, so what you need to have is a non-stick 8-inch skillet, and you can find them in any supermarket. You don't have to get crazy, because I don't know how many times a year are you going to, you know, unless you really like Manicotti and you make them once a week, then that's different. And you need a 1/4 cup measure, and you put your batter right in there, swirl it around all the way to the edge, okay? And don't use a smaller pan because you don't want a thick crepe. Look how nice and thin these are, okay? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and they're hot. That just came out of the pan. Okay, now we have the layer between wax paper. That will keep them from breaking. And you know what? You could store these in your refrigerator for a couple of days. Okay, now we're going to flip over. See how long that took? Matter of seconds. This baby's already done. And we're just going to slide it out onto our wax paper and guide it with your non-stick, you know, your non-metal spatula. Okay, so we're on to the next one. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at about a dozen that you're going to get from the recipe that I showed you today. It's easily doubled, tripled, okay? So with this recipe, you're going to get about 12 crepes, okay? Now we're going to flip it again. You just let it sit there. You don't have to move it. You just let it go. keep on going. Okay, now wasn't that easy making the crespelle? Now, they're mostly cooled off, and see how easy they are to take them off the paper, so it's really a good method to use. So, for our filling, we have fresh ricotta. And please seek out really good ingredients because it makes a world of difference. Fresh mozzarella, we have some eggs, some parsley, Parmigiano Reggiano, and of course salt, pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg again. Okay, so I have my ricotta draining, and you know, I got it from the store and it has the holes on the bottom. So you just put your ricotta right in the bowl. Okay, and we're going to add 1 whole egg just to lighten it up. Okay. Going to get this nice and creamy. Okay, now we're going to season it up. And put as much or a little black pepper as you like. I went medium, in between. Okay, now for the good stuff. It's the best cheese in the world. Okay, just grate as much as you like. I'm looking at about 1/4 cup right now. I'm going to mix it and we're going to taste. You can use the container of ricotta in the supermarket, but this is so much creamier and delicious. Okay, let's see how we did here. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna add a little more cheese. I love my cheese. Okay. Now the mozzarella is going to be for the top. Okay, so I'm going to mix this, and when we come back we're going to start filling our shells. Okay, we need a nice baking dish. Okay, and we're going to line our dish with your homemade marinara sauce. Okay, just take a generous tablespoonful right in the middle of your crepe. Just spread it out a little bit. Okay, and you're going to roll nice and nice. How easy is this? And then you place them right in the dish. Okay, and we just keep going until we fill it up. Now you can make the filling the night before, you can make the crepes the night before. So if you want to do this for your Easter Sunday dinner, you can make the crepes on Friday. It's really, really simple. Now, you know what? There's other fillings you can use. I've made spinach and mushroom with the ricotta, which are nice. I've even filled it with meat, so you have like a cannelloni. They're delicious with, I use a ground veal and some porcini mushrooms. You could get crazy. So, you know, this is just a vehicle for any kind of filling, really. But you know what? For Easter, this is traditional. And it's nice to keep your traditions going. Okay, I think one more after this, and we fill up the dish. Now you want to space them a little bit apart. Don't pile them on top of one another though. Okay. Whoa, see, I was rushing. There you go. Sometimes you have fatalities in cooking. But you know what? That's when cameramen get to eat the broken goodies. Okay, now let's set this aside. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. I added about 1/4 cup of chopped fresh Italian parsley. And you really need to put it in because it perks all the other ingredients up. So just nap your crespelle with your good marinara sauce, okay? Then you give it a hit of grated cheese. Okay, and then we have our fresh mozzarella. Okay, just need a knife. And I'm just going to crumble it. Just a little bit. You don't need to put the mozzarella, but it's nice. If you wanted, you could even put the mozzarella inside the filling, but I kind of like it on the top because it gets nice and brown and crusty. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put this in my preheated oven at 350 degrees. You just want the cheese to melt. You don't want to like bake it. You want to get a little crispy on the edges, maybe half hour, 20 minutes, and you're good to go. So when we come back, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, my friends, the manicotti is all baked. And get a good shot at this because it's nice and bubbly and the cheese melted and the little ends, they got a little crispy. That's what you want. You don't want to overdo it because it's going to melt in your mouth. And you know what? I'm going to show you how melty in the mouth it is right now. So look at that baby, huh? Oh, and the cheese and the mozzarella. Oh, man, I know I'm going to burn my mouth, but it's worth it. And get a good shot of see how the filling is. It cuts so nice, and it's just gonna like, oh. This is heaven. Guys, you have got to make your manicotti for Easter this way, please, trust me. And don't forget my cookbook, and don't forget my website, the recipe will be on it. Buon appetito, everybody, and buono Pasqua.